the big topics that we've been discussing, and then I'll get into kind of my take on the matter. But I think one of the big topics that we've been talking about is the City of Eaton and the Preble County PSAPs merging. I think one of the big takes from what I've been hearing is the city should continue to pay. They're the largest population in the county. They should continue to pay. In talking with some people at the state, they're surprised that we've not been collecting from everyone in the community. In most communities, they collect from everyone. We've not been collecting from anyone. The county's been taking care of the county, the city's been taking care of the city. I still stand by my stance that if we're going to charge the city for, if we're going to charge the city for 911 dispatch, the whole county should have to pay. If you look at these numbers, based on tax assessments and population, the pie chart, yeah, Eaton's our biggest community, but if you look at the rest of the communities, we've got some that are half the size of Eaton per population. So if we're going to charge a city, wait a second here. If we're going to charge a city of 8,400 for dispatch services, then why would we not charge a township of 4,500? We could actually have more calls to a township than a city possibly. I mean, it's not. Now we're looking at call volume, not population. There's so many ways that this can be looked at. You can have twice the population and half as many calls. I think it's an all or nothing. I think everybody needs to pay, or we all pay at once. And again, I just kind of wanted to break it out in a pie chart form so you can see that it's a pretty good disbursement over the county. That's what, you know, these numbers are from the 2010 census as far as population, and then the county computation tax year. I got that from the auditor. So I just wanted to give that to you for visual look. I think if you look at it, nobody's getting penalized really. I mean, nobody as far as population. It's all pretty across the board. To kind of, I'm just going to make a statement here, or make a statement, so please let me get through this, and then I guess the other two commissioners can give their take. But I just have, you know, the cost of everything continues to increase. What we've seen is the cost of with the 911 dispatch and communications is increasing as much as anything. Some of that is due to equipment manufacturers, mandates, just increased costs, business costs across the board. Based on the Kimball report, which has been referred to a lot in here, there was a report that was done. That data is from 2014 and 2014 alone. With what we're looking at with this levy, we're having to project out over 10 to 11 years. If anybody thinks that our costs are going to be the same in 11 years as they are today, that's crazy. In fact, when we start in 2016 with our new, with this merger, our costs are going to be $86,000 alone, just in personnel and that, above the 2014 Kimball report. So we've got to look out into the future and account for increases. So I guess, we've got two sets of numbers here. We've got the set of numbers that's been proposed by the sheriff. It's a budget that goes out into the future, and then we have Commissioner Robertson's numbers based solely on the LR Kimball report with no increased costs in the future. And that concerns me because we have to look out for the future of Preble County, and if we think we can afford this today, we got to worry about tomorrow also. We may be able to pay for it today, but we can't pay for it tomorrow, period. I've met with the sheriff many times, I've met with our auditor many times. It cannot be done. Again, the numbers in this report are accurate based on 2014. But 2 years down the road, we're going to be paying $86,000 more on top of that, and that doesn't even include our communication expenses and fees and capital expenditures that we're going to have coming up in the future. So, I think my biggest concern is we have two sets of numbers. We're not all on the same page. That concerns me. Because the sheriff does this every day, and we don't know what the future holds. The numbers today might look high, but in 10 years we may be scraping the bottom because we don't know what's going to happen to future costs and healthcare, future costs, these fees which we have built in. I guess, based on the sheriff's estimate, we would have to come up with an additional $844,000. We don't have that. And I guess, I'm in full support of the levy. I don't like it. I don't like that we have to do it. But we also have to be fiscally responsible. And I use that word because the other side's going to say we got to be fiscally responsible and not do it. We got to be fiscally responsible and get a process in place that's going to be here, because if we end up having an economic downturn, well, what do? Right now we're doing okay right now. We could probably pay it 1 year and then we're in trouble. What are we going to do if we do have an economic downturn? And this 911 PSAP merger is critical, and it needs its own funding source. And if we don't have a levy, we're going to have to figure out where to get it. And I don't think the townships and villages can afford. Based on that pie chart, we'll have to figure it out. But I'm telling you, I was a township trustee for 7 years, and if the county would have came to me and said, you need to ante up on this 911 dispatch, we'd have been, well, how? We can't do it. The villages can't do it. So that's where I'm at. There are going to be possibly some savings down the road after we do this merger, both for the city of Eaton and for the county, some possible savings. And we don't have a clue what that's going to be, because there's going to be a lot of costs possibly up front. But I do give my commitment to the sheriff's department that any savings that is realized after that, I think we need to put back into the sheriff's department. I've been a strong advocate of the sheriff during my campaign and continued into my first year here. Public safety means a lot to our community, especially on the outskirts. When I was out campaigning, that's one of the biggest topics I heard about was public safety. So we have a community that wants good public safety. And again, I would give my full commitment to the sheriff's department that any realized savings that would be over and above, I would want to do that. But I think at this time, we need to give the voters a decision, a choice, and see what they think is important, because we know this is very, very important to the county. And the only thing I guess I just want to end with, we've been talking about this up here for a couple weeks, and with the two sets of numbers, like I said, that's probably my biggest concern, because we're on different pages here. I talked to Denise last Wednesday. We've got the numbers from the sheriff. She has her numbers, and I didn't know if you had a chance to follow up with the sheriff as far as your numbers and his numbers.
I don't be using the sheriff's numbers.
Have you talked to the sheriff? Have you had any discussions with the sheriff?
Just on public record, yes. Only in
Okay.
public sessions.
So I think my biggest concern is there's a disconnect between. I think we really need to be working with the sheriff, and again, it just troubles me that that's not happening. That's all I have. Hi, I'm Rodney Creech, and I'm running for Preble County Commissioner. Tomorrow is Tuesday, May 6th, and I'm going to continue to ask for your support. Please talk to your friends, family members, neighbors, co-workers, and whoever you need to talk to get them out and vote tomorrow, as this is a big election. Over the weekend, there was some very negative advertisement that came out from my opponent. Definitely Washington-style politics. We do not need Washington-style politics in Preble County. It was a flyer with my name saying, "Warning, I'm going to raise taxes." A couple things here. Number one, if I was going to raise taxes, would I tell my opponent? Number two, I am not for raising taxes. I'm for what's doing best for Preble County residents and small businesses and businesses alone. I'm listening to the people. Please get out and talk to your elected officials, people that work at the courthouse, and the sheriff's department, and they will tell you how much change is needed in Preble County. We need new vision and new energy, and most of all, we need a positive leader. I would appreciate your support tomorrow on Tuesday, May 6th. Thank you.